So the next competence is change management. This is the other side of the coin from project management. If project management is about managing the tasks, schedules, and budgets, change management is about managing the people. It's a set of tools and techniques that support introducing changes to an organization. Digital transformation goes far beyond just implementing new technologies. It profoundly changes your organizational culture and processes. Effective change management is crucial because it helps to minimize resistance, facilitate adaptation to new tools, and build employee commitment and acceptance. So, key activities here include creating a vision that accounts for stakeholder needs, effectively communicating the changes, supporting employees as they learn new competencies and adapt to new ways of working. The third competence is strategic thinking. Now, we define this as the ability to examine the organization from a long-term perspective, set goals, and make decisions that lead to their implementation. This is the competence that connects all your individual projects back to the Northern Star, the transformation vision we talked about in module number 3. It's about the ability to think tactically while also adapting to the environment. It's necessary for both the initial planning of the transformation and for making decisions based on monitoring its progress. So this includes core skills like creating a vision, setting goals, and having the ability to go beyond the usual patterns to see the big picture. Now, fourth competence is one that is incredibly important but often overlooked: facilitation. A transformation is not a top-down decree. It's a collaborative process. Facilitation is the ability to conduct meetings and workshops effectively in a way that engages all participants and helps the group achieve its goals. Now, many of the key elements of your organization, from brainstorming solutions to mapping processes, will be developed in workshops, and these must be well managed. A good facilitator knows how to create an agenda, engage all participants, not just the loudest ones, and counteract cognitive limitations of groupthink. As a slide notes, methodologies like design thinking are especially useful here. Fifth competence is business analysis. So this skill is essential for bridging the gap between a high-level strategic idea and a practical technical solution. Business analysis plays a critical role in driving transformation. It's defined as the ability to first understand your current business processes as they exist today, your as the state. Second, identify areas where digital technologies can improve efficiency, increase customer value, or create new business models, your to-be model. And thirdly, identify specific opportunities to optimize, automate, and innovate those processes. Thanks to strong business analysis, organizations can move beyond just wanting to transform to starting making informed data-driven decisions about what to change and how to change it. And the sixth and the final competence is technology, foresight. This is a high-level strategic skill. We define it as a way of thinking that connects anticipating the future with strategic management. This is not just about reading tech blogs. It's a formal process that includes recognizing various technologies and estimating their development paths, conducting strategic analysis to see how those future technologies could be implemented or adapted for your business, shaping your organization now to be ready for that future technological development. This is about predicting the future based on data. It's a skill that helps you decide before the point uh, whether you should start investing in an emergency technology or not. This is one of the most difficult but most valuable competencies in digital transformation. Now that we have identified the 6 competencies, let's kind of look at how we structure the people who have them. This brings us to the second part of Module 4, Key Roles and Teams of Digital Transformation. A transformation is a large-scale, complex effort. You can't just assign it to an existing department. It requires a dedicated, permanent structure with clearly defined roles and responsibilities. So in this section, we will build that organizational chart from the top down. All right, the first and the foremost thing, an important step in building your structure, is to separate governance from management. These are 2 distinct levels of management, and confusing them is a common source of failure. Now, governance is the top level. This team is not involved in the day-to-day work. Their job is to supervise the vision and make key directional decisions. They're responsible for setting the transformational vision, prioritizing high-level initiatives, and ensuring access to necessary resources like budget and people. On the other hand, management is the second level. This team is responsible for the operational implementation of the transformation. Their job is to manage the transformation programs and projects, manage the teams, and manage risks and budgets at the project level. Now, this separation is crucial. It allows the governance team to focus on the long-term strategy, the why and the what, without getting lost in the weeds, while empowering the management team to focus on the practical implementation, which is the how. So on this slide, you see a diagram showing transformation, uh, vision at the top, line to governance, which branches down to transformation program 1, program 2, etc. So it kind of clearly visualizes the structure we just discussed. At the very top, you have the governance level. They are the ones who create and own the single overarching transformation vision for the entire organization. Below that, at the management level, that vision is broken down into several transformation programs. A program is a group of related projects managed in a coordinated way. For example, you might have a customer experience program, a supply chain automation program. Finally, each program is broken down into 1 or more specific transformation projects. These are the discrete, tangible initiatives that deliver a specific outcome, like Project 1.1, launch new mobile app, Project 1.2, implement new CRM, etc. So this hierarchical structure ensures that every single project at the bottom is directly aligned with the program, which in turn is directly aligned with the overall transformation vision at the top. So this is the main pyramid diagram showing the full organizational structure. It has governance at the top. Examples could be, your sponsors, your directors, and management at the bottom, such as program manager, project managers, project team, etc. To the right, it shows all the supporting roles, steering committee, ambassadors, and stakeholders. So this kind of gives you a complete picture. It brings all the key roles from the transformation into a single comprehensive structure. At the center, you have the main execution hierarchy, which we will clearly separate, which we have clearly separated into 2 distinct levels. At the top, we have governance. This level consists of the digital transformation sponsor, who is the visionary champion and the digital transformation director. the person who manages the overall transformation full-time. Below the line, we have the management level, which is responsible for execution. This cascades down from the digital transformation program managers who run groups of related projects to digital transformation project managers who run individual projects, and finally to the interdisciplinary digital transformation project teams who do the hands-on work. Then to the right, you see all the crucial supporting roles that interact with this central hierarchy. The steering committee is a senior advisory group for guidance. Subject matter experts are brought in as needed for their specialized knowledge. And then you have digital transformation ambassadors who are the on-the-ground change champions, and stakeholders, the broadest group, including all the employees, customers, and partners affected by the change. So in the next few slides, we will define the specific responsibilities for each of these roles one by one. So this is the same diagram as the previous slide, but now includes the Digital Transformation Management Office with arrows showing its interaction with the hierarchy. And you can see that in the middle, acting as a central coordination hub for the entire transformation. The Digital Transformation Management Office is not the same as the traditional PMO, Project Management Office, which just tracks projects. The Digital Transformation Management Office's role is to provide the support, tools, and standards to monitor and implement the entire transformation process. It's the engine room that coordinates all the programs and projects. As the arrow shows, the Transformation Management Office works directly with the Digital Transformation Director to manage the transformation, provide support and standards to the program and project managers, and helps gather data and escalate issues up to the sponsor and steering committee. This office is responsible for the operational side of the transformation, such as establishing the work cycles, monitoring progress, and ensuring that all the different transformation teams are working coherently and not in silos. So we'll define its responsibilities more clearly later on.